Hey, my soul tribe, Phoenix Lotus, beautiful Jude Rivera. Oh, beautiful. Some of my favorites already in the house. I have to pull this up real quick because I have a song channeling in pretty strongly. Okay, for those of you, oh man, I know. Hang on. For those of you who have been feeling like, did I miss 2020? Like, I know you felt this, like there should have been a huge shift, right? You might be feeling some influx of energy today. Okay. You might be feeling some influx of energy today, tomorrow, maybe yesterday, this week. Um, Nothing has passed you by. Now, what's really cool is, I talk a lot about mass channeling. It's so funny, my puppy right now. Um, 6-month-old Great Dane mix. Look at her. We've got her pretty well trained on when I start readings, she's going to start chilling out. But it's really funny. I've been doing a lot. I don't know, isn't she stunning? Um, a lot of the channeling that's been coming in has been reminding me of the mass shift and how it corresponds to our internal shift. When you're watching the news, when you're seeing things happening in the world, hello from Florida, yoga girl. Sorry, I'm not sure why I just all of a sudden like somebody says to say something and you have a spirit guide here, darling. Um, so on these massive shifts, we have to take it within and say, what is this trying to tell me on an internal level? Okay, so if you turn on the news right now, I said the other day, it's almost, if you're an empath and if you're resonating with my channel, you are an empath probably, and you are a teacher, right? And we are all empathic on some level. That's why these beautiful animals, psychic sponges, I call them. If we treat them right, they will take care of us emotionally. Your psychic self. I know, my love. On a mass level right now, things are coming to a boiling point. We're about to have a tower moment. Something is not changed because we don't have a solid structure. And when I say we, I don't mean America or any other country individually. I mean we as a unit. Gaia. Gaia wants a solid structure. Okay? Gaia is shifting and forcing us to grow. And if you think that we have anything compared to Gaia, she will wipe us out in a second. We have seen her tsunamis. We have seen her floods. She will wipe us out. She's wiped out civilizations before us, and she will do so in the future. She's saying right now, I'm saying, this is Gaia, 33 viewers. She's saying, you grow or I'll take you down. You are my creation, right? I know. We are her creation, right? Okay. So, interesting song channeling in. It's an old one, actually. Well, not super. It's not very old. It's 90s-ish. Collective Soul. I'm gonna shuffle some cards and channel in with my pup here. She's actually a pretty psychic pup. She's a pretty cool chica. Her name is Mandy. I have a lot of guides coming in. Here's what's interesting. Okay, so the reason I named her Mandy is that was my sister's name. My sister committed suicide back in 2005. And my uncle today and I went to get groceries. I was very busy and I had to order them online. And the woman that came and put them in I'm sorry, it wasn't even her. Someone came to our car accidentally and he started putting the groceries in our car. And I said, we didn't get toilet paper. We didn't get all that stuff. And he said, are you not Mandy Miller? Or I can't remember the name, but Mandy something. And he looked at me, freaked out, because when my sister committed suicide, he found her. She hung herself, and he's the one that found her. And my uncle, if you've been following my channel, you understand I care for him. He was in a coma for 4 months, and that he has the mind of a 12-year-old. So that was very hard for him. It was very difficult, as you can imagine. He loved her so much. And for that to happen. And then this fell out today when he was looking for if you've also been following our channel, our only truck. We just got a brand new truck, and it's our only vehicle. We got in a car. He had a car accident. He's okay. But anyway, this fell out like when he was cleaning out the truck for the tow truck to take. And this is my sister. And he made this and he laminated it. It's really cute. And I guess he had it in his wallet for a while. It must have fallen out. But it says Mandy Denton, 20 years old. I'm not kidding you when I say I keep hearing 2020 is here, you guys. It's like when I say the channeling on the mass level, even with the artists who create such as shows like Game of Thrones, winter is coming. Winter is coming. Winter is 2020. Winter is 2020. All of everything you've been hearing. Hello, my darlings. Hi, Jennifer. Hey, sister. All of the channeling, all of the winter is coming. That's 2020. That was Spirit getting you ready for that years ago. What, 4 years ago? Was that when that show came out? They were getting you ready for it. Winter is coming. It's here. And for those of you who did not feel a huge resonance shift on the new year that we celebrate in our GMT language, our human language, you may feel it after this. Winter is here. Okay? And what happened in Game of Thrones? A huge shift, right? They had to look at the world. Those are fairyland creatures. Those aren't things that are real. There's a reason that God put that story into someone's mind. There's a reason the universe did that, okay? Because your world's about to shift. I've been channeling for a long time. Take those swords out of your back. They're meant to be in your arsenal. I've been saying, if you don't believe in magic, that's fine. You just don't get it in your universe. Yours just won't have it. Everyone else will be experiencing it around you. And, it's funny. They'll look at you, not you specifically, but you will look at them probably more likely than not and feel sorry for them because you remember what it was like to live without that magic, right? For those of you who have a spiritual connection with your guides and with God, it's like that feeling when you're like, oh, how do you make it through this world without? Master Sonata is coming in very strong. Master Sonata is known on the spiritual realms as Jesus Christ. Okay, or actually on the human realms as Jesus Christ. On the spiritual realms, he is known as Jesus Christ, as Master Sonata. Sorry. He's come in very strong. He came in very strong in my past reading as a guide for someone, and now he is not leaving. I personally was raised Christian, and I have so many Christian beliefs, but I have learned since then not to believe in labels. I was speaking with someone earlier about let's clear our throat chakra. Okay, so this is the last thing I'm feeling for most of you. Your throat chakra. Okay? I know it's hard to live and speak what you know is to be truth. But you must. Because you must resonate at the frequency of your dreams. All right, let's see if I can remember the tune of this song. I have the words up. I'm going to shuffle some cards. This is, they give me some weird songs. It's not about singing, it's about the lyrics. And guess what? They're calling in an awesome deck. The David Bowie Starman Tarot. And this is where I feel we are, Soul Tribe. So sorry. You guys know I have bad eyesight. I'm going to come back and look at all of these. I see. Oh, you guys are resonating. That's awesome. Beautiful. Eights are big right now, Victor. Eights are big right now. Threes as well. Threes as well. This is three of wands in this deck. Now, I think this is interesting. This came out in a beautiful soul sister of ours in the tribe, Fabiana. Okay. She lives in Australia. She's a beautiful soul, and she is on this precipice right now. Come on. She's on this precipice right now. Now, what I mentioned to her is look at those beings floating toward him. Do you see these tentacled beings floating toward him? Right? And some of them look pentacle shaped, but there are tentacled beings coming towards him. But he isn't frightened of them. And in fact, is he inviting them in? I feel like he's almost putting his staff out like, come to me. I feel that these beings are malevolent and they are bringing abundance. And what they are doing, here's what I'm feeling very strongly from much of my soul tribe, is they are becoming attracted to you because your light is shining brighter. These beings are now coming towards you. They didn't see you before. Now, they cannot help but come towards you like a magnet. And look how they're turning into pinnacles. You are attracting benevolent spirits. Benevolent. When I say benevolent, I mean that. Benevolent spirits towards you just because you're shining brighter. And they want to be a part of your path and assisting. Because right now, do you think you're the only one growing? Do you think we are the only ones growing and shifting? Right now, they are attaching to those who are ascending because they want to ascend as well. They want to assist in this collective consciousness ascension. And if you are assisting in that, then they want to be a part of that. "2020 is about that powerful transmutation of energy, that combination. Here and now. We all have a past. There's not a single one of you out there without a past. But you also all have a future. Here's what's interesting. Not interesting. This is old. Your future. Hi, Jason. Your future hasn't happened yet. So it doesn't exist. So you're worrying about something that doesn't even exist. Your past has already occurred. So it doesn't exist. So you are depressed, anxious, worried, not even worried. You're worried about the future stuff. You are dipping into depression over things, sadness, guilt, anxiety, anger, over things that don't exist. The only thing that actually exists is here and now. When you can realize that and step into that, these filaments of energy, these beings are going to come towards you. These benevolent beings which bring abundance, because what they're doing is adding to your energy. You understand? Your energy is shining brighter and you are pulling these things in and they're adding to your energy, bringing in abundance. All right. I see y'all are following. I don't even have to ask. I love that we are resonating. I love this soul tribe. I think it is, we may not be a big channel, but I'm telling you guys, we are the strongest. We are the most resonating. Like, it's just the vibrations here. When we do live readings, you feel it? All right, let's sing the song. Okay. This is going to be awful. And I wish I could zoom it in, and I really don't know how to. Look it. Hold on. Thank you guys for sending her healing energy. I could actually feel it. You guys were sending her love, and look, she totally is. Look at this. Have you ever seen a happier baby? Have you ever seen a happier baby? She's loving the energy. Loving it. She just had her surgery done, so that's why that's all shaved. Isn't that just the most darling thing you've ever seen? Her name is Mandy, and she's such a stunning energy. Okay, let's see what's going on here. All right, are you guys feeling, and you know what, I can't do that because somebody did that recently, and they actually ended up cutting out a lot of the YouTube subscribers, not the actual YouTuber. That's funny. I'll tell you all about it on another video. It was awful. That poor guy. He lost like thousands of people were banned from, they had their entire Gmail accounts taken off because he said, do you guys want to see this or this in a video game thing? And people were giving green or red for I want this or this. And YouTube took it as some kind of poll, live poll, and you can't do live polls on here. And they banned over 1,000 people's YouTube accounts. And I mean Gmail account, Google accounts. And I mean, when I say Google accounts, I mean their YouTube, their Gmail, their everything. It affected their work. I mean, imagine they couldn't access Google, anything. It was crazy. So be really careful with that. Like all they did was put a bunch of emojis, and it lasted for months. It all got fixed from what I understand, but it lasted for months. So. Okay, so the focus this month is your throat chakra. In this soul tribe, if you're attracted to this channel, it's your throat chakra mostly. Okay. I'm feeling like many of you are, you're feeling the throat chakra because you have accepted your divine, you know that your divine purpose is calling you in a certain direction. Okay. Oh, Kelly. Oh, Kelly. Thank you so much, sister. Oh, girl, you are a part of my grocery budget. Thank you. You help me so much. Thank you. But this feeling that you get, it used to be I'm feeling very heavy in your chest, is now moved up to your throat because you know it. You're not doing and speaking it. You're not living your truth. Okay. We have a beautiful sister, Fabiana, to thank for a lot of this reading. She gave me a lot of downloads today. That was really neat. I also want to send out a special shout out to a couple other in our soul tribe who I did private readings for, who have truly given me some big downloads. Robbie in Canada, big downloads from him. He's a beautiful brother in our soul tribe. Fabiana in Australia. Oh, sister, you really gave me some good downloads today, and I resonate with your spirit strongly. And Gina, my darling, also in Canada. I didn't even know I had a Canadian following. So cool. I think I only have the all two, but whatever. No, I have more Canadians out there. Beautiful. Sister, you have big work to do in this world. Big work to do. Okay, spirituality. Number 77. And 7 is the number considered the number on the higher realms of perfect spirituality. It is considered the perfect prime number. Hi from Canada. Beautiful. Oh, Toronto here. Beautiful. Yeah, both of those two, Gina and Robbie, are both from Toronto. So awesome. So spirituality. Spirit, what else? All right. I'm going to try my best. Y'all, no judgment, okay? I'm just telling you what they're telling me. Music is power. Music is God. Music is universe. Has our conscience grown? Has the sweet breeze blown? Has the kindness gone? Hope still lingers on. I drink myself of new bound pity, Sitting alone in New York City, and I don't know why. Don't know why. I remember that part. I have to get back in the groove. Are we listening? This is the part I want you to hear, you guys. Hymns of offering. There it is. I knew it was coming. Let's say that again. Are we listening? Hymns of offering. Love is, oh, sorry. Have we eyes to see? Love is gathering. Right? Are you guys hearing that? All the words I've been reading have now started the act of bleeding into one. Wow. Into one. So I walk on high and I step to the edge to see my world below. And I laugh to myself as the tears fall down, 'cause it's the one I know. It's the world I know. Right? This is the world that you know. What is the world you're making it? I'm tearing up a little. Woo! We've all been there. I drink myself a newfound pity. We've all been there. You needed that part. That's okay. Forgive yourself. You're at the completion. Winter has come. Winter has come, my friends. It's about to get good. I know it's been ugly for a minute, but you know what's really neat? If you've been following my channel, if you're in my soul tribe, I know this past month has been hard for you, but that's why I've been there for you. When I've been telling you, pull these swords out of your back. Spirit's been telling you exactly what to do. I've been telling you it's going to be hard. It's going to be ugly. Look at the ugly. But here's what's neat. What I say, no more tower moments. You're going to be receiving through downloads. That doesn't mean no pain. That doesn't mean no discomfort. It means looking at the pain. Looking at the pain, walking through the discomfort is what is going to pull those tower moments out of your life. It means that they can now communicate to you through here, and no longer having to show you by ripping things away from you that aren't good for you. And isn't that silly that we make them do it? They hate it because they love you more than you love you. And when I say they, I mean your angels, your guides. I mean God loves you more than you love you. And isn't that magic? This year is going to be big time overall. Big time overall. This year is going to be, if you're a Libra, it's going to be a big year. About justice. Look at this justice card. Normally, look at that. Is it glowing or is that just me? Wow. I mean, the artwork is beautiful, but wow, right? The justice card is normally a woman who holds a sword in one hand, the sword of justice, the sword of truth, meaning what I have no choice but to enact truth because that is universal law. When something happens to you that's out of your control, it's not about the thing that happened, it's about how you reacted to it that creates the energy that's coming back to you. Do you understand? When something happens to you, when a tower moment happens, it's not about that karma coming back around to you. It's about how you reacted to it and what energy was created from your reaction or response, depending on your enlightenment stage at the time, that will decide on the boomerang effect that's coming back to you. Now, what they're wanting you to focus on this year. Look at this tower moment. For those of you who were present in my live reading a couple days ago, this came out today for, I believe, Gina. Sorry, I don't mean to call you out, my love, but powerful reading. Okay, she's a Libra. So it was very powerful, and there was a big, strong guide for her here who was very old, very old. And I feel in her energy and her spirit, she would be okay with me sharing this. I'm not sure about the guide because the guide scared the crap out of me. This guide was painted up like she was dark complected. She had I'm not sure if they were I feel like they were more dreadlocks. She was very cave-like. She was very indigenous culture, tribal, a medicine woman for sure. She was very old, very old, very old. That's all I mean, I kept asking her where she came from and trying to comprehend. And she kept saying, you have no comprehension. You have no comprehension. And I went into a meditation after to try to talk to her. She's very, very old. And she had a like this staff, like a rattle. And she kept, like, I was reading right here. This is where I read all of my readings. And she kept circling the table. Like, and she was, whatever, I'm going to do it. But she's doing this weird, like protective, like over the cards, like like almost like a dog would be over, like if you had one of its food and it was trying to protect it, but she wasn't touching it. She was like I want it, but I know that this is yours to protect. And I was backing her off. I was like, hey, like you would with, I'm not comparing her to a dog, don't get me wrong, but she had a very primal energy. I like how she like jumps up at that point. Her limbs are very long. They punch me in the face sometimes. But she had a very primal energy. She kept rattling. So when she figured out that we couldn't verbally talk because she could only talk to me through emotion and picture, she started rattling when she wanted me to see something. So I would pull a card and she'd go and shake or rattle. Okay. And I'm not sure if y'all remember, but in a long time ago, Gina was in a reading here. This is how I met her, was here. She lives in Canada. And I said, you're a shaman. You need to go on a shamanic journey. I said, you and Phoenix, I feel like you guys are shamanic. And in fact, I still, Phoenix, think that you and Gina need to meet because, or at least have a phone conversation, because I think that you guys have a soul connection from a past life. But your energy will draw you to people like that. Do you understand? Awesome, brother. So she is a Libra. And I want to get, the whole point of that was to say that now this guide, she still has not told me her name. And she's extremely powerful. I would say she's just as old, if she has the same power level as most ascended masters that we know of, such as Jesus and Buddha and Kuan Yin and things like that, right? But we just happen to not know of her because she hasn't reincarnated in this time frame. And we have to understand the human existence is like a pin drop in the universe. Less than, right? Is that you, Gina? Cool Coast Dagger, whatever? Is that you? I want to make sure that, because I think that you used to have your old, like, okay, cool, awesome. So I hope, sister, it's okay that I'm sharing a little bit of your journey with the tribe. I feel like I felt like it would be, but obviously nothing personal. But anyway, so this right here, what I was explaining to her, and I'm feeling very much for much of our tribe. Do you see the energy flowing from the base right here, from Gaia, all the way up through her crown, all of her chakras? Do you see all of her? Thank you, darling. All of her chakras. And do you see where the blocks are? Okay. Now, the only one that really pointed out for Gina to clear was here. Okay. And I told her before we started her reading, I said, I'm feeling like you really have a bit of a blockage in your sacral and your navel chakra. And she said, I feel that. Yeah, absolutely. And it was more of a confirmation reading. She's very in line with her soul self. Okay. And I feel like this is the case for a lot of us. Now, the other day in a reading, I said, now I understand a lot about signal transfer. That was my job for years for not only the NSA, but I understand everything about signal. This is the way the universe works in energy. When there's signal loss, what happens? You don't have a good signal. If you're trying to watch cable, if you have a satellite dish and there's a storm going over that's blocking the signal, if there's a cloud going over blocking the signal, or a big storm, you have signal loss. Therefore, you have, I'm looking at my own TV, you have a disruption in your signal, meaning it's going to slow down the data transfer. This is the same thing going on in your own chakras, my love. Yes, the David Bowie deck. This is, I have this linked at the bottom. It's called the Starman Tarot. The Starman Tarot. This is linked down in the description box of this video. It is the best deck I have ever gotten. Just the book alone, which is a full book. We're talking like a full book. It's not one of these like little books. It is a full book of the most spiritually, if you pull one of these cards a day, your life's going to really elevate. Seriously. And I don't sell these. Although I do get a kickback like 25 cents from Amazon if you buy a deck or something, but it's nothing. Don't worry. I promise you, I'm not, this is good stuff. Okay. This is the second deck I bought. If you are a Libra and you ever caught my Libra reading, I broke a deck in that reading. I literally, I was like, oh my God, you guys, I was like putting them to my head. They were flying everywhere. They were bending. Every card in the deck came out. It was awesome. You have to get them. If I could suggest one deck, it's this deck. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So the other day I was talking about energy transfer. Many of you have just a few blockages, but what I want you to understand is this is not a bad thing. It's just needing your attention. Okay. Pay attention to where your blockages are, because look at how strong her blockages are in between. Now, the blockages I'm feeling are for many of you right here. And the biggest one is, funnily enough, in the one that's shining brightest in her throat chakra. Do you see how her throat chakra is shining? Many of you also have some root chakra imbalances. Now, here's what's funny. The blockages that are here and here, right? In the third eye and in the sacral navel. Okay, so these three chakras are more like they are not being, okay, hold on, they're talking. They're saying, okay, so those chakras are not being used, which is why there is an inner, it's like, it's a dead energy. It's a dead energy. So it's just the energy loss is due to dead wiring. Does that make sense? It hasn't been used. All it takes is you using it. Is that making sense? I hope that's making sense for some people. Now, do you see these ones that are lit up? The throat chakra and the root chakra, the sacral root, right? The sacral coming down into the root. These are the ones that are being abused, overused, right? So you are transferring what needs to be used here and used here into here and here. Okay. So you might feel bubbles here. Now I feel big blockages in the throat chakra because you feel like you've healed it here. Now it's about living it. That was a funny thing I just did, but you've healed it, right? And what did I say? Like a year ago when I started this channel, I said, heal it. That was my first channeling, my very first channeling. Heal it, feel it, and release it. Like a fart in the wind, right? Wicked heartburn. Heart chakra, baby. Heart chakra. Heartburn. Heartburn is, okay, so your heart chakra is the main chakra that has two separate chambers. You have an upper heart chakra and a lower heart chakra. And I'm not talking about any organs here. I'm talking about energy. I'm burping. You guys, don't clear it while I'm on here because it comes through me. How funny. So you have an upper heart chakra. And did you see me just like push that out? and a lower heart chakra. You will feel your lower heart chakra when you know there is something. When your lower heart chakra is blocked, this is when you are not listening to your soul self. When your upper heart chakra is blocked, oh, I've started to listen. I'm starting to look at it, but ooh, I don't want to face it. And in fact, I might even do some things to avoid it, to avoid that pain. But I see it, but I'm not ready to face it. You're going to feel upper heart chakra blockage, okay? And that's going to bleed into throat. When you're ready to face it and you've stopped avoiding it, now it's about living this new life, right? Living this new life. Been trying to work on my heart chakra. I've developed premature funicular contractions. I am not a doctor. I don't know what that means. Okay, so I do want to pull some. I don't even know why I leaned down. So why don't you go ahead and say something there? Because if they tell me to do that, then I need to. 66 viewers right now. So what was that, darling? You guys, thank you so much for the donations. You have no idea what it means. Okay, so acid reflux, throat chakra, yes, makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. So, Kristen Luna, darling, you've been in our soul tribe for a long time now. I feel your energy a lot. So this is often going to be especially with the acid reflux, okay? This is like the burning out, okay? The burning out of that old energy. Okay, allow it to. I'm hearing for you specifically, Kristen, that I feel like you already know this part. A nightly ritual is very important for you, especially when it comes to sleeping. Okay, you got to have a nightly ritual, and it really does not take very long. You make it silly in your head, but I'm hearing like brush your teeth, and every single morning and every night you need to gag. And I know that sounds crazy, but when you're brushing your teeth, brush your tongue and gag, because you need to clear this throat chakra of phlegm every morning and every night. Okay, at least for you, really you should make a lifetime habit of this, if that makes sense. I hope that helped. Okay, cool. I'm having a hard time. I'm sorry, you guys. My eyesight is just really bad. And then it moves up as soon as I can focus in on it. Okay, cool. So, and that's for everybody, you guys. Every night and every morning, have a 5-minute ritual for just you, and this is whatever you want to make of it. And I can give you lots of ideas on this if you want. I can give you what mine is. We can do a video on that, because mine's about 20 minutes long, but I have it down to a pat. It will take you an hour at first to do what I'm doing now, to do it intentionally. You know what I mean? But it's changed my life really big time. Okay, I want to pull some clarifiers real quick on what's to come for us, because you guys, there's some really heavy channeling coming in, and you have so many spirit guides here. If I have enough energy after I clarify these 5 cards, I'll do a Q&A, okay? And I'll pull some cards for you guys. Okay. So the main 2 cards that are coming out of the deck are, she's so funny with her long ass limbs. The main 2 cards, and I'm not surprised at all, I don't think you would be either, is the Sacred Clown, which is the Fool in this deck, 0. Aren't these decks absolutely superb? They blow my mind. The symbolism, you could look at them and I swear you will never ever get the same thing twice. Like, they have so much symbolism. And Justice. Even though we're not in Libra season, this is what they want you to focus on. Now, here's what I love about this deck. Now, even though we've talked about, okay, so we talked about the energy here. Now, I want you to look at this. What's she holding in her hands? What is she balancing in her hands? her mind, this beautiful tool you have been given, but it is a tool. It is not meant to run things. It's a computer. Yes, and her heart. How beautiful is that? Allowing that to feed the energy, stepping into the universe. This is what 2020 will be. It's also the card of 11. I'm feeling very much people coming into their twin flame relationships this year. And you guys know I almost don't talk twin flame because I don't not like it, but I feel like it's been over. You know, I'm going to be doing something new on this soon, but new age is turning into a new cage. Okay, we're labeling everything. 66 viewers, 33 likes right now. We're labeling everything, and we have to be careful. We're turning new age, which was meant to be an expansion and opening a freedom from religion, into a new cage. We're just labeling everything again. We're just caging everything again. That's and believe me, I have so much respect for the Bible, but the Bible was a cage. It was meant to give people structure, and it was needed at the time, right? But we're turning our new age, which was meant to be our freedom from religion, into a new cage. And I'll be doing a video on that soon because they're channeling that in strongly. Many of you will follow that, and many of you will feel that because you're teachers. If you're resonating with my channel, you're a teacher, and you are probably feeling very alone in the world right now because you are here to teach others. Teachers are not taught by the collective. They're taught by higher power. I'm here to help gather us. I'm not here to teach you, but I'm here to help gather you so that we can all talk about what we're going through. I'm going through it too, right? So we're going to start with, okay, so we got 5 cards. We got spirituality, 77. Follow your dreams, 85. Which is also a 13, boils down to a 4. 77 is a 14. 26, love partnership, right in the middle. This is the center. 26, 8. Spiritual partnership, 27. There are a lot of cards in this deck. It's interesting the way they came out. 9. And completion, 9. Okay. So I'm going to pull a clarifier in each one of these. That's where I'm at right now. All right, Spirit, what do you want to say about spirituality? You know, I think I'm going to use the vice versa tarot. I feel like I have double the meanings, and that means, you know, oh, I know it. She's like, I want to go stretch. I feel like I have double the meanings because there's 78 cards in this deck. But of course, as many of you know who followed my channel, there are 2 sides to every deck. So instead of reverse, I get a different perspective, right? Spirituality, Spirit. What do you have to say about spirituality? Feeling a lot of 9s, y'all. Feeling a lot of 9s. The energy of 9. You know, we are human, so we try to think about things numerically as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you're going to dip between them. You know, you're going to go through 10 phases, and then you're going to have to go back to 9 for a few things. And that's not a bad thing. That's a growth thing. That's actually a very enlightened thing. The ability to shift between 2 consciousnesses, 2 consciousness levels. Sorry. I can't say that on here. They just said something really inappropriate. Many of you, it's going to be time to, I'm hearing, ooh, these two are stuck together. I don't know how long it's been since I've had two cards stuck together. The Hanged Man. For anyone who has any interest in Norse mythology, I often say this card reminds me of Odin. Aiden. So Lunar Ascension, if you're not following his channel, you should be. It's called Lunar Ascension. He's one of our soul brothers on our channel. This is one of his guides, Odin. So Odin hung himself upside down from a tree for 9 days without food or water. He cut out his own eye for the wisdom of the gods. I said the other day, if you knew you were going to win the lottery in 6 months, would your attitude not be different right now? How would you be acting right now if you knew for a fact that you were going to win the lottery in 6 months? How much would your attitude and lifestyle change right now? Interesting. If you knew you could get the wisdom of the gods, wouldn't you give anything? You know, it's like I said before in that Vikings show, you know, Vikings on the History Channel. He looks at his son. They're on their spiritual walk. And he says, Odin cut out his eye for the wisdom of the gods. I would give so much more. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? What would you sacrifice? That's what this card's about. Yes, surrender. Surrender. Now here's what it was stuck to. Now we see inner conflict. Now we see, this one is conflict outside of yourself. This is why I like this deck, and there's a reason they call me to use it. Turn it around. Now we see inner conflict, because what we see here is you're fighting with yourself. While all this crap's going off in the background, it's like, dude, what are you guys doing fighting there when there's a volcano going off? This don't even make sense, this situation. Someone needs to understand that their spirituality is being tested. Calm the monkey mind. The dog just growled. I don't know if y'all heard that, but she goes, I couldn't even make the noise. Calm the monkey mind, my friends. Go within. Call upon Odin. He's an ascended master. Did you hear her, Phoenix? God, she goes, I can't do it. She did it again. Calm the monkey mind. Yes, volcanoes can go off around you all day long, you guys. But you can be here. That is the sacrifice, isn't it? Being able to stay calm in this 2020. Being able to stay calm in the midst of all this growth, evolution, everything going on around us in the world. Do you think these things aren't affecting you on a mass level? You're insane, you empaths out there. You know you're attracted to me because you're an empath. Why do you think the mass levels of consciousness wouldn't be affecting you? Silly heads. Time to go within. Pause. Sacrifice. This is what they're calling you to do for your spirituality. Let go of control. For many of you, and you'll resonate if this is for you. My goodness. I keep like, some of you are having clearing of blockages. Like thank you, you're resonating. That's good, but stop making me burp. It's so funny. I'm having like heart chakras clearing and throat clearing. It's so funny. I'm like, it's like coming right up out of me. But that's why I say Soul Tribe. The month of April, for many of you, you're going to get that power back. But what they're asking for you right now is a surrender. Spiritual hiccups. Jade, I love that. Spiritual hiccups. That's the best thing I've ever heard. That's the best thing I've ever heard. April. For many of you, they're asking for surrender. Trust, okay? Go within. Let stuff happen. Your psychic gifts are ready to unfold. Next card out, follow your dreams. If there is a card that I showed you each of them that you are specifically resonating with, obviously pay more attention, but I feel this as a whole for the soul tribe. But also take the one that's really resonating and put that into your daily meditations, okay? This is the night of the new moon, okay? Right after this, I'm starting my full moon ritual. This is about a 3-hour ritual. If you have donated to my channel, you are in this ritual. I cannot stress this enough. If you have donated to my channel, meaning the links below in my description box, you sent me $5 or more, I'm including you in my manifestation ritual. Please don't just make me say your name. Give me what you want to manifest. I have a whole Excel spreadsheet printed out, and it is so important for me to transfer energy. If you give me money, that's energy. I want to give you something back, okay? This is the first new moon of the year. It's the Chinese New Year. It's so important. I ate Chinese food last night and I ate it today. I ate dumplings because they're one of the traditional, it's like when we eat black-eyed peas on New Year's, or at least we do in my family. So anybody that's donated to my channel, super chats or the links below, you're going to have your manifestations in there. I just really need to know what they are. I haven't had everybody answer me and it's driving me insane. Okay. If you do it on here, I'm not going to be able to do, I can't do that. Okay. I can't, because I have to watch the whole video over again. So yes. Okay. So perfect. Thank you, Michelle. So Michelle just donated $5.55. Okay. So what I would like you to do, Michelle, this is a perfect example, is please shoot me a quick email at eternaltransformations@gmail.com. It's in my about section. You don't have to write that down. And please tell me just a quick sentence what you want to manifest. That's it. You know, that's it. It's that easy. Okay. Thank you. That was actually very helpful. Okay. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Some of you, okay, so I have a few guides here saying that for many of you actually, you know what you want, but you don't think it's for you, or you don't think you're worthy. Control. For some of you, it's about letting go of the wheel, right? When you let go of the wheel and let Spirit get her big, fat, beautiful paw on it, oh my goodness, you won't believe what's in store for you. But you're holding on so tight, trying to control it. You're not letting Spirit do its thing. It's blocking your dreams. For some of you. But for many of you, that wheel is turning. And for those of you that are here, this is not a big shift. This is a moment. This is not like days or weeks. This is a moment of realizing, oh, I can let go. Universe loves me more than I love me. They've got my 6. When I say my 6, that means my 6 o'clock. 12 o'clock's in front of me, right? They've got my 6. They got my back. I can let go and work with the universe, right? Ankh in hand, absolutely. Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hands, 'cause I can do this on my own. Follow my dreams, Spirit. Follow my dreams. I know, sweet girl. She's so sweet. Look at this baby. Look at that baby. Follow my dreams. Follow my dreams. Buzz. Follow my dreams. Sorry, there's a lot coming in. Okay, so for a couple of you out there, I'm feeling like you have some blockages to your dreams, but the blockages are not from I'm sorry. I got into once I get into that shuffle mode, I just shut down. Ah, interesting. Some of you out there don't know what your dream is. You're not different. You're not, oh, darling, my darling Cheryl. No, you're not different. You're not, this is normal for where you're at right now because you have shifted in such a way where your dream has changed. Okay. You're starting to see your current, what you were desiring, what your goals and dreams were, are now a little empty to you. You want more, but you're like, what is my purpose, right? I'm hearing, what is my purpose? Where's my feather? I'm hearing, where's my feather? I don't know what that means. But you can't see it. It's okay, darling. It's coming to you. Oh, my darling, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Energy for the soul family. Alexis, thank you. I think that's a beautiful name. Purpose. Absolutely. You're missing that purpose. That's okay right now. Okay. Do you see this knight right here with his back turned? And do you see? There's a crab of intuition down there. What does the crab do? It goes within its shell. If you are not currently aware of your dream, sometimes it's about, there's going to be some letting go of the wheel. This part is not overnight. I mean, you can make the decision to release to spirit, but you have got to practice this every day. You know what I mean? You've got to say every day, I'm going to ride this wave with spirit, right? I'm riding this roller coaster with spirit. I'm going up on the wheel. This purpose, oh, my darling, we each do have one. What are you putting your time into? What are you putting your thoughts into? Look at this mofo right here, okay? This is the 7 of Pentacles. And he planted something. Okay, there's some stuff growing. And he planted this from nothing, right? He's wondering, what's it going to produce? Is this going to pay off? Is this going to pay off? Now I turn it around. Look at his face. His face makes me laugh. He just looks like, look at his face. He's not happy with the production, right? And I feel like some of you are there like, okay, I put a lot of time, effort, and work. He does look constipated, Kate. Oh, you're so right. He does look constipated. I told y'all some sacral and navel chakra cleansing needs to happen. But what I'm seeing here is some of you have put so much time and effort and energy and everything, right, into a path that, dang, you may want to admit is not in your best interest. It may not be on the way to your life purpose. I know. And what causes, what does that cause? Depression? And now they're telling me, what happens when you're depressed? Well, you have to get on medicine, you know, and there's nothing wrong with antidepressants, you know. Mostly, I believe, mostly for a short period of time. Most things can be like naturally healed, right? But when you get on depression, when you have depression and you get on depressants, let me tell you something here. They're showing me something. Okay, I'm channeling in something, so give me a moment here. Okay. When you get in this zone and you're not living in your life purpose, if you hit me like that one more time with your giant arm, God, that was hard. She hit me in the ear and the back. If you are not aligned with your life purpose, you are going to feel like this. And believe me when I say I know what it feels to be here. Okay, I was in the army for 10 years. That wasn't my life purpose, but now I see where it has taught me what I needed to know for this path. Could I have ever guessed that breaking codes for the military would have taught me how to read cards? No, there is no way I could have guessed how God was going to teach me what I'm doing, but I had to let go of control. And I went through the dark night of the soul to find out my purpose. And I figured out, what was I putting my time into? Was it bringing me joy? And if not, why was I doing it? It wasn't making me happy. It was making me constipated. Right? Because here's what happens. You get depressed. Say you get on antidepressants. Do you know what antidepressants do? This is the channeling that was coming in. They're wanting me to tell some of you this. Not that antidepressants are bad. I think they're very good for short-term use. But when you are ready to start weaning off of them with a conversation with your doctor, then you should. Okay? But what antidepressants do, they are a serotonin uptake releaser. Okay? So what they do is, you have two brains in your, well, what we consider two brains in your body. One is in your stomach. You have every single chemical and neuron that's in your brain in your stomach, which is why when something scary happens, you feel it here first in your gut before you even see it, right? Crazy. You know in your gut first. This is actually your intuitive brain, and this is your intuitive brain senses it, sends a signal to your brain to react. And then your brain sends a signal to all of your organs to protect themselves. So like, for instance, if you are in battle in Iraq, I know this because I was there and I actually taught and studied this. But your body, if something bad happens, like a shot is fired or a bomb goes off or something like that, your body, you first feel it through your gut. Your heart sends a signal to your gut, which is where all the serotonin is. You have twice as much serotonin in your gut than you do in your brain. Maybe not that much, but like, there's more serotonin in your gut than in your brain. All that serotonin comes up from here and shoots to your brain to say something just happened. Then your brain tells your body, hey, shut down all blood flow and make sure all blood flow is going to the organs to protect the organs, the central organs. So all your blood flow goes to your organs, and all thought is focused on not feeling any pain, because you have to get through the next few moments. Which is why if you're in a car accident, you don't feel anything. That adrenaline is what is happening from your gut, from your heart to your gut, to your brain, to your body in an instant. Now, what happens when you take an antidepressant is the antidepressant doesn't give you serotonin. You can't create that. It takes serotonin from your stomach and sends it to your brain, because you have an influx of serotonin in your stomach. And people who are depressed are having less serotonin in their brain, which is why exercise, moving around, that gut part, helps get serotonin to your brain. That's what helps you get happy from exercise. So when you take that pill, it's telling your stomach to send serotonin to your brain. But here's the funny thing. Serotonin is the thing that makes your gut work properly, helps you not be constipated. So this dude's been on some antidepressants so long, right? I'm sorry, Kate, I'm not reading any of this. I hope you guys are all talking together. I can't see very well. But the point is there. That's why I feel that antidepressants, for some people, they are a lifelong thing, and I get that. I understand that 100%, and there's no judgments, and it's beautiful that if you know yourself that way, have that conversation with you in spirit. I am giving you information I'm hearing, okay? For some of you, understand that depression will start to affect your tree. Everything you're trying to plant will be affected, okay? Okay, cool. So under follow your dreams, I'm hearing that those are some blocks for following your dreams, and also the throat chakra. This wheel is trying to turn, let go of the control. What are you putting your energy into? And do you actually know what your dream is? It is there for you. And sometimes it's just about letting go of the path you think you need to be on, and trying something new to lead you to your path. I do not think that tarot is my long-term true path, but I do think it's going to lead me there. So I'm investing in it. Do the next right thing. What brings you joy next? When this stops bringing me joy, I will move forward. You understand? You guys are amazing. I love you. We all have blockages. We all have blockages. What we need to understand is we are not alone in that. We all have it. A lot of you in the throat, in the upper heart. Oh my goodness. This area right here, I am burping. And a lot of you have had some clearing tonight. For some of you, once you figure this dream out, man, don't you be afraid to go after it. Sticking together again. Did you hear that? The devil. Lovely. I love the devil. I love the tower. I really do. I mean, not like in real, like, I don't love the devil. Please. Oh God, I'm going to get so many bad comments. I love God. I love Jesus. I like all the good stuff. I like all that stuff. Okay. This is about growth. Don't be afraid to look at the pain. Okay. Once you figure out what you are putting your energy into, make sure you're not simply just avoiding pain, meaning antidepressants, counting on them only to make you happy, any kind of pills, any kind of alcohol, leaning on other things to fulfill you. And this will go one of two ways. It's going to either be that you are dipping into these things and becoming chained. Okay, this devil, this is not a being in my mind. This is addiction, energy, right? For me right now, not every time, but this is energy. This devil right here is saying you are chained to him through your avoidance of pain. He is promising you no pain through what he gives you, meaning alcohol, drugs, food, sleep sometimes. These blockages. The devil sits here in the root sacral chakra area. And the devil is not a bad dude. Okay, I know we've been preconditioned to believe that. He's actually here to help us grow. Look at it. Look at your ugly. Oh, y'all know I love this card. Oh, and look what's right after it. So look at this. Look at that. Here's the devil coming out in the strength card. Look at that. The inner strength. Where is your inner strength? Look at her holding his mouth open, and he is submitting to her. This always reminds me of Kali. Do y'all know the goddess the deity Kali of the like Hindu religion? She is the destructive goddess who is like the devil. She brings pain and destruction, but only for your best good, to make you look at it and let go of control, right? And yes, there is that sexy waterman. Look at those abs. That's a good looking man right there. I told y'all, that's my man. That's my twin flame, if I've got one. Woo! And look at all those shooting stars, promising you can have anything you want. You guys, this does not have to be your reality. This can be a reality. It truly is your world. Okay, Spirit, moving on. Love partnership. Love partnership. Beautiful. All right, many of you are coming into a twin flame relationship. Beautiful. Man, they're talking quick today. Many of you are coming into a twin flame relationship this year. Again, I hate the labels. So whatever you want to call it, it's going to be someone that resonates with your soul more than it ever has before. And it's going to be forcing your soul into a higher growth. Okay. And this is what it's really all about. Okay. It's what it's really all about. Love partnership 26, which is also 8. I've been seeing 8s everywhere. I think someone earlier said I've been seeing 8s everywhere. Let's remember that the universe talks to us in a spiritual manner. Mathematics are simply the language of the universe. The universe doesn't understand our English words. So make sure that we're understanding. Well, they do, but let's make sure we're understanding their words. Here's what came out to clarify it. The moon in reverse. And I love that she came out right after the waterman, right? Now we got something for everybody. I know she's got nice boobies. Try not to be distracted. Male or female, you're going to love those. But she's offering something to you, right? She's offering something to you. This is when something has been revealed, especially coming right after the waterman. Look at him saying, are you ready? Reminds me of Simba. It is time. Like Lion King coming out of the clouds. I like how that movie was remade this past year. It is time. Winter is coming. It is happening on a mass level. Now we have the moon in reverse. We each have 2 dogs. One is greedy and playful, a little selfish, very egotistical. The other is spiritual and wants the best for a higher power and has a higher sense of what's best for us. Which one wins? The one you feed the most, right? The one you feed the most. Tonight is the night of the new moon. It's a very powerful night. It's also the Chinese New Year. 2020 is here, you guys. Now we see the new moon has occurred. We see the eclipse that is suddenly passing us, saying it's giving us a moment. You are being offered this gift right now, this moment of translucence, of lifting of the veil. Okay, these 2 right here are actually shown in the Chariot card of this deck when he leaves them behind, when his chains break free and he breaks free from social norms. Something bigger is offered to you. When you break free from preconditioned realities and social norms, you've been asking for it. For someone out there, you're going to know who that's for. Love partnership going forward. Look at this. When you break free from social norms, she's ready to offer you something. But how will you come into contact with your soulmate if you're not resonating on the appropriate frequency? I know. She's like, yeah. Do you see her paw coming up? She's like, what she said. And look at this. It's not here yet. Here's what's interesting. This right here, do you see this fountain? That fountain alone is what is portrayed in the Ace of Cups. New relationships, new beginnings, an offer handed to you by God of love. But look how it's sitting in the lotus flower of enlightenment. 10 full cups on the beach. This is waiting for you in the dawn of night. They are making a commitment here. And they're asking me to turn this over. Look at this. This is a very special and private thing. This is sacred. Do you feel that? I feel something sacred here. These 2 cards coming out with this, to clarify this, and this. Are you kidding me right now? What could be more sacred than these 3? And look how similar they are. The coloring, the water, the night, the stars, the eclipse. My cup overfloweth. Spirit hears you, and Spirit knows what you want. Where are your thoughts? Are you focused on scarcity, on what you don't have? Because that's putting you at a frequency that won't allow this awesomeness to even see you. It'll pass you right by. Not that it wants to. The universe wants to bless you, but you've got to work with it. You got to put yourself on the frequency of abundance. Next, spiritual partnership. They're calling me to use another deck. I'm going to use the Everyday Witch Tarot for this. I know. Losing my voice. Everyday Witch Tarot. Spiritual partnership number. Ooh, I didn't feel that. That was more of a flop. I don't want to act like it was something it wasn't, because it wasn't. But it's interesting. Oh, I have to show you this, though. I'm so glad they showed me this. So it was for a reason, right? So the Tower in every deck is like the worst one. You know how I said I love the Tower? Look at her here. I love how they portray it. She's like, yeah, baby, I'll ruin that tower because it was no good. Look at her face. And look how she's got this wand in her hand. She's like, yeah, I did that because it wasn't helping you. This is how your spirit guides feel when they ruin your towers. I know that feels like awful when you get a tower moment, but they're like, girl, if you, boy, man, honey, if you only knew, my love, what I'm doing for you. If you only knew what I'm doing for you. I love the positivity she shows in some of the most negative cards. Even the death card is amazing. Yeah, she got swag. Look at that. Look at her face. It's hilarious. It cracks me up. Clark, absolutely. So that's not for that, but it's really wanting to come out. Four of Swords is really wanting to come out. The weird thing is I'm not feeling like the same energy as spiritual partnerships. So for some of you, okay, hang on. Let me channel in here. For some of you, I'm feeling like you're going in and out of meditation and you've been off for a minute. It's okay. You are acting like you can't jump right back into it. It's okay to take a few days off, a few weeks. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, it's best if you can do it every day, obviously. But when you don't, stop acting like you can't jump right back into it, okay? And also, some of you need to be patient with yourselves. You're expecting your mind to shut down and meditate in an instant when it has never been programmed to do that. Okay, be easy on yourself. Okay, when you start catching yourself wondering, just say, here's what I do. Okay, now is the time for listening. Shh. And I actually shush myself, but in a nice, calm way, not in a rude way, because my ego, I found, is not like that. So, spiritual partnership, Spirit, what do you want to say about this? I fell and right on my bottom, my feet came right out from under me, so my butt's a little sore. I know. Spiritual partnership right after love partnership. I think that's interesting. Also 9 being end of cycle, and then right after that 9 completion. Felt something. So for many of you, I'm feeling like you have had relationships where either you have taken advantage of someone or they've taken advantage of you. Okay, well, many of you, everyone. Okay, how about that? Everyone. We all have. Okay, and many of you are releasing that. Okay, so this is 7 of Swords. For some of you, you've had individuals who have taken advantage of you, and forgiveness needs to happen. New downloads are coming where I feel like many of you have worked on this and have forgiven and have released. Okay. Make sure you have let go of them completely in your energy and your spirit so that you can bring in what new is coming for you. Okay. Now, what's interesting here is getting the Strength card and the 10 of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles. Okay, so is next, but I felt like that was for somebody specific. You'll know who you are. So the strength card right here, I'm seeing the lion again being so tame. She is not forcing this to happen of her will. She is it's happening through her inner will. Her energy is affecting it. This is how they're asking you to be with your own ego. Okay, this lion is not another person. It's not the world. It is your ego. Yeah. They're saying that there's a lot of talk right now going around, and I've even said this on my channel about your ego dying or destroying your ego or pushing your ego down. Not that this is wrong, okay? There, some of that needs to happen. What they're telling me right now is it's more about soothing your ego. Your ego has not done nothing wrong to you, okay? Your ego is here to protect you. And I don't mean ego in a way that's like I'm boasting or I'm better than anyone or I'm cocky. I'm talking about your ego as in your conscious mind, your inner will, your ego, and your subconscious, okay? They're wanting to explain this. This is what's going to bring you guys into your, this is what's blocking a lot of you, okay? And that's why I'm trying to make sure we all understand. Hang on. Can everybody out there do me a big old favor? And this is big. Please take a big breath through your stomach. Because some of you, ooh, baby, it's awesome. The channeling's coming in. I just want to get the messages right. This union is meant to happen. For those of you who think it's not for you, it's for you. Okay. You have a conscious mind. You have an ego, and you have a subconscious. Okay? They're saying your ego, this lion, I'm sorry. Yeah. So your ego is this right here. I'm sorry. The ego is the lion. The conscious mind is her. Now here's what's interesting. Your conscious mind, they're saying your conscious mind will never, 77 viewers right now, your conscious mind will never ever be stronger than your ego. Never. But look at what she's doing. How can she do that? If your conscious mind can never be stronger than the ego, how is she taming the lion? Not through force of will, but through inner energy. Now look at her hand. This is the best way I've ever seen it. Look at her hand back there. At first, dog's growling again. I feel it. At first you think she's creating the tornado. They're saying drawing energy from. Your subconscious mind is tapped into universe. As strong as this ego is, this giant lion that should be able to rip her to shreds, the subconscious is even stronger. But the conscious mind has no chance of taming this lion without, the conscious mind has no chance of taming this lion without tapping into the energy of the universe. Is that making sense? Your ego is not a bad thing. You don't want to destroy it. You don't want to kill it. You want to tame it. You want to tame it. You want to tame it. You want to work with it. Just like she's working at the same time with the universe, with her subconscious tapping into the universe. Your ego is here to protect you. So any change at all in your life means bad. If you're currently right now at this moment surviving, Your ego says if anything changes, then that's bad. Whether you think it's going to make you happy or sad, your ego doesn't care about feeling. Your ego doesn't have a conception, they're saying, conception of feeling. Your ego just has no idea what feeling is. It doesn't feel like that. It knows. If your ego could talk, it would say, me alive, me happy, me not change, me do anything to avoid change because me alive. Your ego is not here to do anything but protect you. And this is because when this entire vehicle for your soul was created during cave times, that was very important. Change was bad. The ego was there to give intuition. Have you ever noticed how a dog just knows how to do certain things? How animals just know, they're born and they just know. I've watched possums and all kinds of animals learn how to do different things. Not learn, know. You have that too, but we have gotten out of touch with that. We've separated from that. Your ego was meant to protect you. So if what I'm saying is, in order to bypass the ego, to get fun comfortable, right? That's where manifestation happens. The fun doesn't start until you get uncomfortable. So to bypass the ego, we don't have to squash it down. We don't have to kill it. We don't have to be hateful. We soothe it. We soothe the ego. We be sweet to the ego. We let the ego know, I understand why you're scared. This is a lot of change, right? Thank you, my love, Kate. Thank you. But did y'all just feel that in your heart a little bit? How I did, like I just felt that. That was your ego saying, oh, you got me? You got my back? You got my six? Your ego saying, if we're going to be okay, and you know that if you're scared, your ego is going to make sure you don't make any changes. And as much as your ego is cave-like when it says, me alive, me not change, it's also very, very intuitive and crafty. It will stop you in any way possible, including, and it knows how to work you. Doubts, fears, anxieties. That's how your ego keeps you in check. That's how your ego stops you from attaining great things. Not trying to hurt you. Again, remember, your ego is just trying to protect you. But it gives you doubts and fears because it knows how to work you. It knows how to pull that leash because it's terrified. It's like, no, we can't do that. That's change, that's new. Soothe your ego. I read a book recently and it said, imagine you're skateboarding, okay? And you have to get from, imagine where you're at your house. You have to get from your house to across the street. You can't get across the street unless you're on the skateboard. You have to be on the skateboard to be going forward. And the pavement is super rocky. This side of the street is the conscious mind. Now they're saying skateboard is conscious mind. Skateboard is conscious mind. Skateboard is conscious mind. The pavement in between you and the other side is your ego. It's all crazy and rocky and like it's uneven pavement. And the other side of the street is your subconscious. To get to your subconscious, which is universe, this link right here, to have this power to soothe this lion, you must get to the other side of the street. Until you get to the other side of the street, this lion is going to be angry. But when you get over there and you have control of your subconscious, it's okay. How do you get across there? You soothe your ego. You cannot go across that pavement until it is smooth. Yeah, you can go across the rocky pavement. You can get across and bash your face up, get scarred up, and have tower moments galore. That's fine. You can do that. But they're saying it's also possible. Who's seen Doctor Strange? To soothe it. right? When you do these things, you're bringing yourself into the appropriate frequency to draw in your other half. For those of you who are looking for your spiritual half specifically, okay? I know that there are many of you out there who feel them already, and you know they're out there, and you don't know why you cannot either A, manifest them, or why you are in separation from them. You may already know them and they're in separation. You've got to let go of this control. And why would you ever want them to come to you until you have mastered your own self and your own ego? Why would you ever want them to see you in any way but your best? Get a hold of yourself. You got this. It is coming, just not in your time. Right? Maybe it's just not in your time. Tapping into the universe does not mean controlling it. It means allowing those energies to happen and dancing within it so that you can have everything. That is when you have everything, right? And that is spiritual partnership. Those energies. You can't come into one without fully growing yourself. Get a hold. Yeah. Completion. Final card. And then we're closing out. It's been a long one, you guys. Thank you so much for your donations. Happy Chinese New Year. It's, wow. New beginnings. You guys, it's really going to be big. It's really going to be big. It's beautiful. Okay, Spirit, a new deck for final completion. I like having all the cards available. I don't like going through a bunch of cards and then, you know, who knows? Maybe some cards want to come out twice. Happy New Year. Yes. And for some of you, I feel like you may be actually really feeling the new year more now. For those of you who were kind of disappointed in the way the energy of the new year felt, it's okay. It just means you're probably more ascended because you're tapping into now, which is the actual new year of energy new year, universal new year, right? 9, completion. Big breaths, everybody, right through your stomach, your tummy. Release that energy, release expectations, and just say, guys, tell me what you want to know. Say hello to the beautiful puppy. Look at this girl. Oh my goodness. She's such a love bug, you guys. Like, I can't tell you how much of a blessing she's been. She's my psychic sponge. She cannot be a second away from me, no matter where I go. I just adore her. She's a beautiful young gal. I know. And then, you know, sometimes I think it's Weezer. Y'all remember my possum I used to have? It's Weezer in a giant body. And of course I would get something tiny like that. And then she would come in the biggest body ever just to show me off. Look at this sweet dog. Ooh. I know. Okay. Sorry. I just want to eat her face off. And her ears. Oh, God, they're so... I know. Okay. Spirit completion. They're saying to show you this. Completion. Putting down those burdens. How many of those are actually yours? They're saying. How many of those are actually yours to carry anymore? You know, it's funny. It almost looks like Waterman's been like stonified back there. And he's like, oh my God, I've been standing here so long. You know what it really reminds me of? Is Waterman looking at you, right? Saying, I'm giving you the mission. Here, it is time. And then now he's like, I've been standing here so long, I've turned into stone. Are you going to take your mission? You know, it's like completion. How much of that is yours? Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. Right? Completion. Next card after that one, just so you know, was also the Fool. 0. Jumping off that cliff like a kid again. Next card after that, Ace of Cups. Powerful. I know. Completion, Spirit. 9. There it is. Some of you are not realizing you hold all the power. No one's forcing this woman to sit there. She's not tied up. She's not held down. However, she's blindfolded. Who blindfolded her? I don't think it really matters. The point is that she is. And she's holding the power in her hands. Yet she's not removing her blindfold. And I like how the moon is very prominent. 2s are also about choices. The waters are smooth behind her. They're not rocky. I like that. And this one, they're smooth behind her. They're not rocky. Well, there are rocks in them. And you're being stubborn and you're blinding. See how her feet are set? Her knees are apart? Stop being so stubborn. Take off your blindfold, look at the ugly, and realize that you are holding the power. It's time to complete this cycle, you goofball. You know who I'm talking to. You know who I'm talking to. Your guides are poking you right now. The Chariot, it's time to move, baby. It's time to move. Stop being stubborn and get going. Right? I know, Phoenix. I know you're definitely one. It's time to get going. Look at that. Do you have any idea that you hold all the power? Of course you do. You're being stubborn. Look at you. Your feet all set. I'm sitting right here and I'm going to pretend like nothing is happening and everything's out of my control. And that is the definition of victimization. Right? Spirit. Anything else on completion? Oh, they're saying they want to pull one oracle card. This card came out earlier and they're wanting to pull it out again. You guys have no idea how much you have already put in. That's another thing they want you to know. You're not sitting here starting from ground zero. You've already put in a lot of work. This is years of work on yourself. Years of work on yourself. Don't give up now. 2020 is finally here. Winter, we've been saying winter's coming for a long time. Well, winter's here. It's here. Cash in. The energy is there for you. Cash in. Energies are about to start aligning. It's up to you if you want to align with them. Balance your heart and your mind. All right, let's pull one oracle card. Spirit from the Wisdom Oracle deck. This one is also below. And then we're going to close out after this. Wisdom Oracle deck. One oracle card. We did pull the here and now at the beginning of the reading. Here and now. Can't be in your past or your future. You must be here to experience this life. In the future. Oop, I just saw an orb go by. That was funny. All right, Spirit, let's go. All right, you're going to have to give me some room here. All right. Sorry. I have to be in a good... All right. Okay. Comfort is best. She's very long and angly, like elbowy. Okay, Spirit. What do you want to say here? I'm looking at Waterman again. Oh, God. He is a good looking, sexy Waterman. I mean, just look at him. It is time. And I mean, the guys get something here, too, because she's got a nice tush. You only get to see a little through the grass, but, you know. It's nice. The Star card is about healing. But I love this because it's like, hey, you've been healing long enough, baby. Now, Spirit's saying, there's something new growing behind you. Look at that flower she don't even see. And red stands for passion and love. It's time. Okay? They're calling you. Look at the hundreds of shooting stars. They're ready to grant your wishes. Step out of your cave. Take off that blindfold. Because the fear you have, you're also blocking the blessings. There's so much waiting for you. It's like someone wearing a blindfold at their own party. Spirit, what do you have for the collective? For our soul tribe? For people resonating with our channel? For people resonating with our tribe? Wow. 3. Time for a nap. Some of you still need to go within. Yin. Creation. 2. 2 of Swords. Blindfold. 2. Yin. Creation. Come to the edge. And look how she's about to jump off there. And does she care where it's leading? No, because she took off her blindfold. She let go of fear, and she let go of that terrible, awful wheel. Because my goodness, how good does it feel to just let go and let spirit? That's when the fun starts. When you get fun comfortable. Let go, my friends. Look at the rose petals. Passion will follow. But you have to let go. Oh, the channeling ears are starting. You can always tell when I'm channeling when my ears get red at the bottom. Oh, this one didn't. That's funny. Huh. Must be taking in from this side. I love you guys so much. I'm about to start my new moon ritual. If you've donated to my channel, if you super chatted here tonight, or if you donate to the links below, please include your manifestation. Okay, so if you super chatted, email me. If you do it in the links below, just put a note. There's a section for a note. That's much easier for me. I do prefer the links at the bottom if you can, but I'll take anything. This is how I get through right now. All of my last 3 videos have been permanently demonetized because I keep saying like a random cuss word. And I talked about the certain form of energy the other day. I'm not going to do it again because I don't want another demonetized video. I need help here. So, so occasionally I'm going to have adult videos that are going to be demonetized. But I got to say what they're talking about, right? I got to say what you guys want to hear. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. 73 watchers. Let's close it out right. Let's close it out right before everybody gets off. If you know the song, sing along. Because it's New Year's. It's a Chinese New Year, and you know it's more powerful. Big breath through the belly. Close it out with a little knocko. And you know, I swear, the spirit guides, they're saying this. They say, don't waste your hate. Rather gather and create. Be of service. Be a sensible person. Use your words and don't be nervous. You can do this. You've got purpose. Find your medicine and use it. I love you, my soul tribe. I'm manifesting power and joy for you this year. I'm manifesting looking at the ugly and the courage to get uncomfortable. I'm praying that you can breathe through these blockages, which I know you will. I can feel it already. And I am manifesting for you to come into your other half. I feel this for you, my darlings. But come to them right. Spirit's not going to let you have them, and you don't want them until you're right. Vice versa, too. I love you, my soul tribe. When you get down, just think of the hot water man. Light and love to you. Catch you on the flip side. Like and subscribe. It's like tipping. I love you.